Red lights bleeding through the glass, heat rising off the iron, watching the minutes pass. I'm not reaching for the horn, no, I'm leaning back, finding the space between the static and the rhythmic crack. The wipers are moving, but the sky is bone dry, just a reflex for the pressure under a charcoal sky. My thumb is on the P bass string, keeping it muted tight, while the city screams in the distance, looking for a fight. Cosmic patience in a 2-mile crawl, building a sanctuary inside a middle wall. The frequency is steady, the meter is slow, watching the river of red light start to flow. Start to flow. Exhaust smelling like a debt that was never paid. Calculated movements in a world that's already made. I see the driver to my left, teeth clenched, knuckles white, chasing a ghost in the middle of a neon light. But the road just got that bell that rings inside the ear, filtering the static in the architecture of a petty fear. Pads are swelling like the tide against the concrete pier. I'm exactly where I should be, even if I'm still right here. Cosmic patience in a 2-mile crawl, building a sanctuary inside a metal wall. The frequency is steady, the meter is slow, watching the river of red light start to flow. Stop, go, the rhythm of the soul. In the jam, I finally take control, not of the road, but of the internal dial, keeping the stillness for another mile. Soles of the shoes meet in the iron, meet in the steel. A low impulse that the skyscraper don't want to feel. The grate is breathing, steam rising from a heavy place. I'm standing still while the suits are running a hollow race. The world it's up, it's got that gravel stuck in the throat, keeping me anchored while the city tries to sink the boat. No, I find needed for the vibration in the heel, just the metal in the marrow, understanding how it feel. The low hum holding the weight of the street, where the iron and the marrow finally meet. No signal in the wire, just the gravity in the bone. Standing on the grave, never feeling alone. Faces lit by the blue code of a phone, missing the frequency that turns the concrete into throne. They're chasing a ghost in the cloud, made of binary code. I'm catching the warmth coming up from the middle of the road. Peak bass is dragging just a hair behind the kick, filtering the noise until the actual truth starts to click. It's the friction of the city making the spiritual thick. A heavy-handed grace in every single tick. The low hum holding the weight of the street, where the iron and the marrow finally Feel it in the beat, metal on the beat, vibration deep. The city don't sleep, but the soul can keep the peace. The wind that don't ask for permission to cut through the wool, finding the gaps in the story that the city tried to pull. I'm leaning where the shadow of the bank keeps the sun away, watching the moss find a crack in the gray and decide to stay. There's a nickel face down in the grit, nobody saw it shine, hidden in plain sight, just like this quiet peace of mind. The architecture is loud, but the foundation is mute, holding the weight of the branch and the ancient root. An anchor in the corner where the movement turns to dust, polishing the spirit under the heavy layers of rust. The clock is a liar, the stillness is the only truth, keeping the dignity of a tired but a sovereign youth. The measure and the height of the glass and the cold steel, forgetting the texture of exactly how the stones feel. I see the fever in the eyes of the ones who can't stand still, chasing the ghost up a very steep and a hollow hill. But here, in the angle where the two walls finally meet, I can hear the actual rhythm underneath the street. It's not a race, it's a posture, it's a way to be, locked in a frequency that only the grounded can see. An anchor in the corner where the movement turns to dust, polishing the spirit under the heavy layers of rust. The clock is a liar, the stillness is the only truth, keeping the dignity of a tired but a sovereign youth. The corner is a teacher, the silence is the preacher. Stay, don't move, find the groove in the stone. Blue light bouncing off the ceiling, a polished floor that don't know the feeling of the grit. 60 floors up and the oxygen is thin, tracing the lines where the actual and the artificial begin. The horizon is a graph moving in a steady line, buying the view but never owning the time. It's transparent but it's harder than the bone, building a cage out of a very expensive stone. Glass under the feet and the sky that won't reach, learning the lessons that the pavement didn't teach. The ambition is clear, but the structure is thin. Watching the light, trying to find a way in. There, trading the marrow for the shine of the chrome, forgetting the number of the frequency called home. The reflection is perfect, but the image is cold. Selling the heat for a story that's already been told. I see the soups moving like shadows in a tank, counting the air and filling up the empty bank. But the stillness, it don't live on the top floor. It's waiting right outside the revolving door. Blessed under the feet and the sky that won't reach, learning the lessons that the pavement didn't teach. The ambition is clear, but the structure is thin. Watching the light, trying to find a way in. One crack and the view starts to bend, looking for a hand, but only finding a trend. High but hollow, leading where nobody wants to follow. The rivets holding back the scream of the sky, but iron veins deeper than where the subway lines lie. They call it progress, but I smell the sweat and the rust. A million names are buried under the concrete dust. My spine is a carbon copy of that vertical line. The blueprint older than the city by design. It's not just alloy, it's the salt in the bone, vibrating through the marrow in the heavy stone. The beam remembers the heat of the hand. A frequency that the modern don't understand. Blood in the eye and the rhythm in the frame, carrying the weight of a long forgotten name. They walk the bridge, but they don't feel the bridge walk back, ignoring the ghost hiding in the structural crack. The geometry is perfect, but the soul is crooked and real, finding the truth in the tension of the cold steel poured into the foundation before the ink was dry. A lineage of giants reaching for a charcoal sky. I don't need a map to find where the roots go deep. The memory wakes up while the rest of the city is asleep. The beam remembers the heat of the hand. A frequency that the modern don't understand. Blood in the eye and the rhythm in the frame, carrying the weight of a long forgotten name. And steel in the vein, ancient in the rain. The frame don't bend, memory don't end. The pigeons, they don't check the clock on the tower. They know the value of the crumb in the quiet hour. I'm sitting where the paint is peeling in thin green strips, watching the world rushing by with tight blue lips. A leaf lands on the sleeve of my old coat, a message from the dirt that the city never wrote. It's a heavy kind of peace when you finally just stay, while the fever of the noon tries to burn the rest away. The wood under me is older than the plan, witnessing the movement as only a root can. The rush is a shadow, the stillness is the frame, quietly remaining without a single claim. The briefcase crowd, they're walking on their own breath, scared of the silence like it's a form of death. But there's a green shoot breaking through the gray walk, a conversation that doesn't need to talk. I'm anchored by the weight of the things that don't move, finding the frequency in the ancient wooden groove. It's a long-form story being told in the shade of a world that was here before the concrete was laid. The wood under me is older than the plan, witnessing the movement as only a root can. The rush is a shadow, the stillness is the frame, quietly remaining without a single claim. Unmoved, just watching the slow green victory. Red clay stacked high, holding back the noise. A narrow corridor away from the gold and the hallowed toys. The mortar is crumbling like an old frayed book, giving more than it ever actually took. I don't need the stained glass or the steeple height to find the frequency in the middle of a city night. Just a damp wall in the shadow that knows my name, without the altar or the flickering of a candle flame. A prayer without a sound in the space between the walls. The spirit rising up where the evening shadow falls. No pulpit, no script, just the gravity of the soul, giving back the pieces to the one who made them whole. The Steam is rising from a grate near the back door, writing the gospel that nobody ever saw before. I see the grime and the grace in the perfect blend, where the ego breaks down and the actual starts to mend. They're searching the clouds, but the truth is in the dust, under the layers of the worry and the social rust. It's a quiet, heavy, internal kind of reach, a lesson that the cathedral could never teach. A prayer without a sound, in the space between the walls, the spirit rising up where the evening shadow falls. No pulpit, no script, just the gravity of the soul, giving back the pieces to the one who made them whole. Open, no words, the bricks hard enough. The silence is the proof. Yellow. Yellow, blinking like a nervous eye, counting down while the rest of the world rushes by. The music is forced, but my pulse is slow and deep, a steady count that the city can't seem to keep. Waiting for the shift, but I'm already in the flow, learning the art of exactly when I dig out. The concrete is trembling, but my feet are flat and cold, staying in the swing of a story that's never told. Switching between the stop and the long stride, a biological beat that the machine can't hide. Stay in the pocket where the timing is finally mine, walking the frequency along the dotted white line. Dotted white line. The engine is humming a song about getting there fast, but I'm interested in the rhythm that's built to last. I see the knuckles tight on the steering wheel, forgetting the texture of exactly how the minutes feel. One light turns, another one fades to red, a binary dance inside a tight urban head. But the blood, it don't move for the electric sign, it follows the gravity that's older than the city line. Switching between the stop and the long stride, a biological beat that the machine can't hide. Stay in the pocket where the timing is finally mine, walking the frequency along the dotted white line. Don't, 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 don't. Rush the count, stay in the pocket, internal dial, another mile. The TV antennas pointing at a signal they can't quite catch. Up here, the lock don't even need a latch. The street is a vein pumping red and white in a slow blur, and the noise of the must is just a distant velvet purr. I see the laundry lines dancing on a lower floor, reminders of a weight I don't have to carry anymore. The ego is a map that I finally folded and put away, watching the borderlines of the me start to turn to gray. The horizon is wider than the name I was given, looking at the cage from a place where it's forgiven. Small lights, big shadows, and the space in between, becoming the silence in the middle of the scene. $1 million view for a 10-cent restless soul, chasing a part that could never make the story whole. I see the office lights burning like a fever in the dark, searching for a fire where there isn't even a spark. The higher I climb, the less I have to prove, losing the need for the fast and the desperate move. It's not about the height, it's about the scale of the eye, trading the mind for a piece of the charcoal sky. The horizon is wider than the name I was given, looking at the cage from a place where it's forgiven. Small lights, big shadows, and the space in between, becoming the silence in the middle of the scene. Dissolving, no edge, just the air and the ledge. Dun, 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 The iron zigzags against a red brick face, a skeleton of a ladder outside the common race. I'm taking the zig when the world expects the zag, refusing to let the spirit or the shoulders sag. The rust is just a map of where the rain once stood, a testimony written in the neighborhood, one floor at a time while the street gets small and dim, following a logic that's not on a whim. Step by step on the architecture of the climb, finding the rhythm outside the standard time. Not the elevator, but the bone and the breath, escaping the static and the cultural death. They're in the glass boxes, pressing buttons for the top, afraid of the moment when the gears might stop. But I know the count of every single rail, a different kind of story that the shiny can't tell. The air gets thinner, but the vision gets wide. Nothing to prove and nowhere to hide. It's a vertical truth in a horizontal world, watching the flag of the ego get slowly furled. Step by step on the architecture of the climb, with the standard time. Not the elevator, but the bone and the breath. Escaping the static and the cultural death. Up, don't look down, higher than the crown. Iron in the hand, taking a stand. Circle of yellow on the wet black skin of the street, where the logic of the day and the shadow finally meet. The mercury glow is a spotlight for a cast of one. Everything heavy under the pressure of the sun is gone. From Santa where the dust motes are dancing in the beam, filtering the noise from a very loud and a hollow dream. No broadcast needed, no satellite in the dark, just a frequency inside the electrical spark. A guiding light in the middle of the gray, the only truth that the neon couldn't wash away. Isolated in the cone of a private grace, finding the center in the middle of the race. The crowd is a blur of faces I don't have to know. A river of hurry with nowhere actual to go. But under this lamp the air feels different and thick. A moment of steady in every single nervous tick. The reflection in the window is a ghost I finally recognize, without the filter or the mask or the social lies. It's a cold kind of heat that cleanses the mental shelf. A long distance call back to the core of the self. A guiding light in the middle of the gray, the only truth that the neon couldn't wash away. Isolated in the cone of a private grace, finding the center in the middle of the race. Mercury clear, the light is a cage of peace. The noise has to cease. Shouting the price of a soul that isn't for sale. A bargain for the spirit in a world that's gone stale. I see the barcodes printed on the back of the hand, trading the actual for what they can understand. The chatter is high, but the frequency is cheap. A river of data that's only ankle deep. I'm turning the dial until the signal is dead, finding the space between the words they already said. Selective hearing in the middle of the trade, ignoring the noise that the hollow have made. One steady frequency in a world of many, valuing the silence more than the penny. They're selling the new with the layer of old dust, painting the gold over the structural rust. Everyone's an auctioneer with the gavel in the throat, trying to keep the vanity afloat. But the wood in this room, it don't lie about the weight, and the heart, it don't answer to the market rate. I'm catching the whisper that the screaming forgot, finding the garden in the middle of the lot. Selective hearing in the middle of the trade, ignoring the noise that the hollow have made. One steady frequency in a world of many, valuing the silence more than the penny. Filter the static, drop the dramatic. The truth is a secret if you can't keep it. The charcoal haze is wrapping the edges of the stone. A soft focus world where the scene is better left unknown. The street lights are blurs of amber and a dying blue, hide in the shape of the old and the ghost of the new. I'm moving in a cloak that the evening provided for free, a private geography that only the quiet can see. No need for a signal or a flare in the dark, when the heat is internal and the soul is the only spark. Keeping the seed under the heavy gray fold, the weight of the story that don't have to be told, cloaked in the intention that's deeper than the eye. A silent anchor under a charcoal sky. Everyone is reaching for the light to show what they found, but the strongest root is the one that's still in the ground. I see the desperate trying to burn through the mist, searching for a truth that doesn't actually exist. But here in the blur, the intention is solid and thick, a slow burning fire in every single internal tick. Gratitude is a secret kept behind the heavy glass, watching the loud and the hungry simply pass. Keeping the seed under the heavy gray fold, the weight of the story that don't have to be told, cloaked in the intention that's deeper than the eye. A silent anchor under a charcoal sky. Hidden, oh, the fog is a shield. The truth is revealed only to me. Blue sparks light in the dark underneath the floor. A hum that I haven't actually heard before. The city is a smear of orange and a tired white, bleeding through the glass in the middle of the night. I'm sitting on the plastic, cold and a little warm, watching the edges where the day was slowly torn. No hands on the wheel, just the pull of the iron vein. A quiet kind of logic inside a heavy train. A linear grace in the curved and a heavy race, moving through the dark without leaving a trace. The rhythm is a tether, the track is a steady line, reclaiming the movement that was always mine. Stations passing by like chapters I already read, full of the things that the morning already said. But here in the tunnel the air is thick and gray, a different kind of light at the end of the day. I see my own reflection staring from the black pane, finding the center in the middle of the strain. It's not about the stop, it's about the steady flow, the dignity of the path and exactly how to go. A linear grace in the curved and a heavy race, moving through the dark without leaving a trace. The rhythm is a tether, the track is a steady line, reclaiming the movement that was always mine. The rail don't bend, the flow don't end, just move. Stay in the groove. A circuit board humming an ancient urban tune. From out here, the struggle looks like a silver thread woven through the blocks where the living and the dead tread. I see the grid glowing like a fever in the dark. Every red light a comma, every neon a spark. It's not a mess, it's a language written on the floor, opening a lock that was on the internal door. The geometry that was drawn before the stone, recognizing the pattern in the marrow and the bone. The blueprint is open on the table of the night, mapping the spirited by the flicker of the light. The bridges are tendons holding the island to the sea. A heavy architecture trying to set the frequency free. I see the flow of the blood in the yellow and the white, feeding the heart of the beast in the middle of the night. There are no accidents in the way the angles meet, just a long form story being told in every street. The architect is silent, but the map is loud and clear, drowning out the static in the architecture of the fear. Geometry that was drawn before the stone, recognizing the pattern in the marrow and the bone. The blueprint is open on the table of the night, mapping the spirit by the flicker of the light. See, order, the layout is a prayer. The spirit is everywhere. The gray is thinning where the river meets the street, a calculated breath in the middle of the heat that's finally gone. The architecture is softening at the edges of the eye, a pale blue promise rising in a charcoal sky. I don't feel the weight of the name or the debt anymore, just the resonance moving through the internal floor. The city is a mirror that I finally stopped trying to break, accepting the ripple and the silence in the wake, integrated in the light before the rush. spirit speaking through the morning. Hush, everything is one, from the iron to the breath, the living frequency that survived the cultural death. The cultural death. The first bus is a shadow moving in a slow golden blur, a rhythmic reminder of exactly who and where we were. The pieces are all here, but they don't have to fit the plan. Living in the space where the logic finally ran out of road. I see the grit and the grace and the salt and the bone, the sovereign geometry that I finally call my own. It's a quiet victory that doesn't need a crowd or a sign, just a steady pulse along the vertical line, integrated in the light before the brush, the spirit speaking through the morning. Hush, everything is one, from the iron to the breath, the living frequency that survived the cultural death. Cultural death. Integrated. The mist is a bridge, the day is here.